Okay, so getting the final. So there's one series we have not done anything in yet, and it is this one. We're gonna get this started. It'll be the Indians at the Red Sox. Gonna start at Fenway. Red Sox with top the top dog in the American League, but they do not face a wild card because the Yankees are the wild card, and the top seed in a league cannot face a wild card team if they're both in the same division, so they will face the third place Indians. The Angels obviously have already started their series against the Yankees. You can find game one of that series here on the channel if you go digging. But we're going to get started with this one. So they had to delay to the 2nd. So this is October 2nd. They started on this date because the Indians had a playoff with the White Sox to get in. So it will be, and I haven't put up my pictures here on the sheet. So I have to, for American and National League, I do things a little bit differently since we don't have nearly the pinch hitters. So for the Indians, it's going to be Cliff Lee getting the nod, lefty. And then John Lester. So a couple of lefties here. John Lester will go for the Red Sox, as you can see right there. So we got to get the weather here at Fenway tonight. So right here is the chart, and it will be a 16. So it's going to be not great weather. Singles will be 17, 14. No left-handed ballpark home runs. And it'll have a 15% chance for righties. So a little bit of small ball may be the ticket here, although there's plenty of home run chances off of the Red Sox cards. So straight home run chances. So for the Indians, let's introduce their lineup here. It'll be Grady Sizemore in center. Then at second base, Asdrubal Cabrera will get the start in this game. Victor Martinez at first. Johnny Peralta, the shortstop, batting fourth. Then Kelly Shopak will be catching and bat fifth. Shinso Chu in right. Then Andy Marte, third base. Ryan Garco, the DH, will bat eighth. And then the ninth hitter will be Ben Francisco playing in left field, facing John Lester. And then let's just go through the Red Sox lineup while we're at it. Get it all out of the way. Jacoby Ellsbury in center. Then Dustin Pedroia, second base. Then Jason Bay in left. David Ortiz, the DH, cleaning up. Fifth hitter will be Kevin Youkilis at first. Then J.D. Drew in right. Mike Lowell, third base. Jason Varitek behind the plate. And Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Rounding it out. So here we go. Grady Sizemore going to lead it off here against John Lester, game one of this ALDS series. 4-5, grounder to short. That will be a play for Lowry to make. 4E21. 4-17, he gets to it. And an E21 and a 16. That's an interesting roll. Makes the play, though. 15 or 17, so gets away with that one. And that will be out number one. And both cards, when we go to the hitter's card, both teams, we have to go to their left side. Asdrubal Cabrera, 2-6. That'll be a grounder that will be fielded by Mike Lowell, and he will throw over to first for the out. 2 outs, and Victor Martinez, batting from the right, 5-9, struck him out. So, quick inning there for the Red Sox in the field. They'll go to bat. Nobody watching yet, but so it'll be Ellsbury leading off here against Lee. Cliff Lee, 254, 22-3. I believe he won the Cy Young in 2008. Quite a comeback story for him. Jacoby Ellsbury Lefty 5-12, grounder to second. Second baseman is Asdrubal Cabrera 2-E6. 2 and 3. He's able to get to it. And then E6. I believe he makes the play on that. Let's double check. 13. Yes, he does. And that will be out number 1. So low roll for that one, but Cabrera, good enough fielder to take care of it. Dustin Pedroia, 6'4" righty. Fly ball to right field will be caught there by Shin-So Choo for out number 2. Having to familiarize myself with these teams. Jason Bay, 6'8" against a righty. Struck him out, so Lee Strong to start. Both pitchers pitching well right out of the gate. We'll go to the second, no score. So it'll be 4-5-6 here for the Tribe and Johnny Peralta. 6'6" righty. Struck him out. Did a number on him there. Kelly Shopek. 6'6" again. That's another strikeout. So now Shin-So Choo. Four or 5 lefty. Grounder to short again. Off the left-hand side of the card. Jed Lowry 4, E21. He will get to it. E21. And a 10. That will be a successful putout. And that will end the inning. So 6 up and 6 down. Off the Indian side of the card. We'll go to the bottom half of the second with zeros on the board. David Ortiz. Big Poppy looking to put a charge into one here. 2-4, but that's going to be a grounder. Just misses it. Looked like he had a beat on that one. That was right down the middle, but he just pulls out of it a little bit, grounds it to Peralta, and he will make the play. So Kevin Youkilis. And he's going to strike out for out number 2, and J.D. Drew. Another 1-5. This is going to be a walk. So with that, Mike Lowell comes to the plate. Drew, I don't think he's got a lot of... Well, with 2 outs, he'll give it a shot. Lee does hold pretty well. He'll take a real... Oh, there's a 2. It was close to a 3, but he'll have to remain. They're not holding him on. But with Lee and Shopek, not much of a chance of him to steal anyway without a good lead. So Lowell, 1-6, another walk. That's weird. So now Jason Varitek. Please turn that down. Can you please turn that down? Pretty loud. Thank you. So now runners at first and second for Varitek. Two 8. Well, that's going to be a grounder to third base, and that will be picked up by Marte and thrown over to first in time to get Varitek. Lots of time there. So another 0. Lee issues a couple walks, but they don't hurt him. And it will be Marte leading off, followed by Garco and Francisco. 3-6 fly ball to right. That'll be caught by J.D. Drew. 1 out. Ryan Garco. Righty 4-7, 1-3 single off Lester's card. It's a 9. Line out to second base. Out number 2. And we almost skipped Ben Francisco there. 6-7 righty, grounded to second. Play should be made there by Pedroia. He is a sure-handed second baseman. 1E6, 1-18. He gets to it, E6. And 6 should be good, and he is. So Lester dominating first time through the order. Bottom of the third, no score yet. And it'll be Jed Lowry turning the lineup over to get to Ellsbury and Pedroia. So Jed Lowry. From the right side, 6-4, a fly ball to right. We already had that. That'll be caught by Chu for out number 1. Okay, Jacoby Ellsbury. That's a fly ball to left. And out there to flag it down is Ben Francisco for out number 2, Dustin Pedroia. 1-4, and he pops this one a good one. This is 1-16. This one is way back, and it is out of here. Since it's a home run or triple check, no robbing possible. That is gone. 1-0 Boston as they take Cliff Lee out of the park. That one goes over the Green Monster, and that is a 1-0 lead for the Bo Sox. Righty 6-8 strikes him out. So 1 run, 1 hit. First hit of the game, in fact, for either team. And we will go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 is your score. Grady Sizemore. Batting from the left, 6-11. Ballpark single, 1-17 for lefties. So good chance at a single there, and he will get their first hit. So Sizemore, so Lester pretty good at holding. -2, Veritek a 0 arm. Still worth trying to get a lead for Sizemore. But let's see. They're holding him on. They're gonna hit and run with Asdrubal Cabrera. So let's run the hit and run here. That is a 5-5 for a B hit and run. So well, we don't have to look at the hit and run chart. 5-5 against a righty, grounded to third base A. And that is going to be a double play. Maybe we should have stolen with him. That's a 5-4-3. Lowell to Pedroia to Euclid for out number 2. Outs number 1. Outs number 1 and 2. Maybe that's how you say it. Victor Martinez, and he will draw a walk. He doesn't do much moving on the base paths, so it'll be Peralta with 2 outs. 6-7 righty, grounder to second. Pedroia not holding Martinez. 1E6, 1-15. He gets there, and he will make the play, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Big double play. Helped Lester out there, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. David Ortiz. Take a whack at a Cliff Lee offering here and take a swing, and he's going to miss it. So 0 for 2 for the big man, Big Poppy. Kevin Euclid now. He's going to draw a walk, get on base. Not a very likely stolen base guy, J.D. Drew. Lefty 5-9, fly ball to center field will be caught there. Sizemore in the vicinity, makes the play. Mike Lowell now. He'll draw a walk. so 2 walks for Lowell in the game. And Veritek will come up again with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Last time he grounded out. 3-4. That one is hit deep, and this one is blasted. It is gone. 3-run home run, Jason Veritek. Takes it out of the park, and that makes it a 4-0 lead. Boy, I don't know. John Lester, I think that's gonna be a tough one to overcome there for the Indians. Man, just 2-out shot, and what a bad break for Cliff Lee. Going well, had a really good season, but now that. So Jed Lowry, 5-7 righty, and that's going to be at least a single. That's what it will be. So now the 2 walks. Lee has issued 4 walks in the game, but these 2 have really hurt him. The home run and now a single. So 4-0. Lowry probably's got some speed there. Not really. With 2 outs, we'll just let Jacoby Ellsbury swing away here. 3-6, and that's a fly ball to left, and it will be caught by Francisco to end the inning, but not before 3 runs come across home plate. And that's going to make it a really tough task for the Indians to make their way back here against John Lester. Top of the 5th, 4-0, Bo Sox on top. Shopik going to lead off here against Lester. 5-5 righty, grounded to third base. That was the double play roll that we had in the 4th for Cabrera. So Shin-Cho Chu. Lefty 5-7, a 1-7 single roll. But it's going to be a liner to first, and that will be out number 2. And Andy Marte at the plate. Strikes him out, and that will be it for Cleveland in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the inning. And it'll be Pedroia facing Cliff Lee. Righty 5-7, another 5-7, and that's going to be another hit. This time a double. So Pedroia home run, solo home run, and a double, 2 for 3. And it brings up Jason Bay. Thank you, Beatles. Hi, Ken. So runner at second, Jason Bay at the plate. That'll be a 1-9 single. That's a 6, so it's going to make it first and third, and the Red Sox are taking it to Cliff Lee here. It's going to bring up Ortiz. Indians will be playing with the corners in case he nubs one down the line. They can cut the run off at home. And that will be a grounder to second on the 1-8. So that will play to run, but that will be a 4-6-3. It'll make it 5-0. But that Poppy does enough. It does not give him an RBI, but it does do enough to get the run home. That'll make it 5-0. And Kevin Youkilis with nobody on. Hi, John. And that's going to be a walk for Youkilis. Just misses another 3-4 home run roll. So J.D. Drew with Youkilis and 2 outs. Let's see if he can get a lead. Nope. So he will not try stealing. J.D. Drew. 1-3 wild pitch chance for Cliff Lee. No doing. 1-8, a 1-7 single. Keep the inning going. That's going to be a grounder to second. He'll just take it to first for the out. 1 run. Grounded double play scores. Pedroia makes it 5-0, and should be plenty of a cushion for John Lester, but you never know. So Ken updates Jerry Ball's 1950 All-Stars take a 3-2 series lead over Beatles Eternally's Dead Ball Stars following Bob Feller's 1-hit, 18 strikeout performance last night. Ouch. Well, guess what? John Lester is working on a 1-hitter at the moment through 5, and it'll be Ryan Garco first to face him again, 3-12. That's a line out to second, and it was hit so sharply and caught so well by Pedroia, he forgot there was nobody on base and tried to get the double play, but nothing doing there. So Ben Francisco, the Ben Francisco treat. I don't know. Pedroia to Euclid for out number 2, and Grady Sizemore 2-7. Well, there's a 2-out base runner. Sizemore is, you got to try to get a lead here. A 4 isn't going to do it though. So with Lester's numbers, probably doesn't make much sense. Although Cabrera isn't a big power hitter. Gonna see what happens here. 6-5, batting from the right. Well, that'll be another walk, so that will get the runner into scoring position. So Lester losing a couple batters here, and it's going to bring up Victor Martinez. 2 column might get him back in the game here a bit. So let's see. 5-8 righty, struck him out, and that will end the top half of this frame. So no runs, 2 runners stranded. John Schweibacher is doing a 1978 ATBA Pete Rose hit streak replay. Hits in 22 of 26. The longest streak was 7 games at the start. So the Red Sox still facing Cliff Lee, although this will probably be it for Lee. He is getting up there towards the 27 batter mark, and so 4-9, righty, grounded to short. That is going to be Peralta 4. Well, he gets to an E16 now, and as long as it's 8-12, and it is, that will be an out. So again, if you're unfamiliar with this, if you've got a guy at short or second base that's in the E1 through 20, and those are probably that and center field are probably the predominance of your X chances. But a guy at second base or short, if you're playing super advanced and he is better than an E20, it's really almost better than like E24. But anyway, if you roll the 3 and they add to between 8 and 12, there's no chance of an error. So that's kind of where my quick checks here of certain guys. Johnny Peralta is a 4 E16, a 4 and a 16. I know that he's going to get to it because it's just 4s are not that bad. But the E16, it added to an 8. So when that adds to an 8, there's no chance of him missing it or throwing it wide or whatever you want to imagine. The error is Jason Varitek. 3-run homer in the 4th opened this game up. 2-10, and he's going to ground it to short. Misses the injury roll. So another play there for Peralta. And now, Jed Lowry, 9th hitter, 6'4", batting from the right. That'll be a fly ball to right. Caught Shin-So Choo. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but so I think we may get bullpen going there for the Indians. Juan Rincon. But John Lester is far from over here. Ooh. Beatles is in Pittsburgh. Hey, if you're coming through southeastern Pennsylvania, or southeastern Pennsylvania at all, or for some reason you wander into Delaware, you should be looking me up here. But anyway, that's okay. I could understand you not wanting to see me. Of course, we got Chris down there at Stratomatic, Delaware, a little further south than me. So Peralta, I've been shaking those for like an hour, right? 5-9, strikes out. Shopik. Righty 5-6, another strikeout. So Lester is getting the better of Cleveland here. And Shin-So Choo, 1-3. Well, that's a ballpark single for a lefty. 1-7 could be the second hit, and it is for Cleveland. Andy Marte, they're going to let him swing away. Ooh. (1-7), a chance at a single, but it's a slim one that would extend the inning. 1-9, not slim, but well, he would. Even the slimmest of margins would have helped him there. It looks like Lester may not be able to go the full game after all. We'll see. I know Jerry Ball would be calling for it, but so first and second with 2 outs and maybe a chance to cut into this lead. Ryan Garco, he's got some pop in the bat. (5-8) righty. That's another strikeout, and that will end the inning. So Lester. Wait a minute. Oh man, I missed it. Just a second. So it's going to take me a second because I have to use this junky liquid paper. Hold on. I completely missed it there. It's actually somewhat criminal on my part, but he was pitching so well. Okay. Garco, 5-8, righty. Strikeout, but there's a dot. And because Lester gave up 2 walks in the 6th, he's a 6-inning starter for weakness. He wasn't weak there, but then these 2 hits now have made him so. That becomes a single, and they're going to score a run. So we're definitely going to have to bring someone in for the Sox, and we're going to get Okajima ready to go here. So, and I think we're going to have to bring him in now, probably. I don't know. I don't know. It's a. So the dots turn whatever the result is into a single, 2 outs. So question is, do we want to trust that he can get Ben Francisco out here on the right side? Let's see. Why wouldn't you want to come see me? Yeah, I'm just joking. Because I'm a miserable creature. First and third, you know what? I think that Boston's going to have to rely on their bullpen here. Lester is good, but they can. You know, why are they going to a lefty in Okajima though? Let's make a little different tactic here. They will use Masterson. So Lester goes 6 2/3. So it'll be Masterson coming in here. to pitch. All right, so now if things go awry for the Red Sox fans will blame me for this too. So first and third, 2 away. It's Ben Francisco at the plate against Justin Masterson, matching up righty-righty. 4-6 righty, strikes him out, ends the inning. So maybe we did something right there. Although leaving Lester in as long as we did, maybe, I mean, I think it's worth trying to get him a complete game, but might have ignored a pressing issue. I am. I'm just, yeah, I am joking. I'm not. I like poking fun of myself. It's self-deprecating humor. Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee went 6 innings. But Rincon's going to come in here to pitch a couple innings, most likely. And he'll face Jacoby Ellsbury. Righty versus lefty. 6-8 lefty. Single. I have a feeling if they don't get much from Lee, the Indians are going to be a quick series for the Red Sox, but we'll see. 5-1. Ellsbury's going to try to get a lead here. 6, he does. 19. So +5 and -2. So that's +3, 19. So it's a 1 to 19. That's the highest range you can have. It's starting to get intense. He is able to steal. We had a lot of ice. It was pretty icy, actually. Pedroia's the one at bat. Pedroia, runner at second, 6-3 righty. Ballpark single. 1 to 14. And it's going to be another single. First and third, nobody out. Pedroia, 3 for 4. Having an excellent game. He's the player of the game so far, probably. Veritek should get a nod for that, too. Indians infield in. Jason Bay. They can't afford to play around anymore. 5-8 righty. Grounder to second. Let's see what this brings about. So second baseman is Cabrera, 2-E6. Infield in makes it 3-E6. 3 and 18. That's a G1. That could be a double play around the. Let's see. That would be 4 to 2 to 3. As long as there's no error. Oh boy, 15. That could be the problem. E6 and 15. Let's see. No, it's not. So let's take a look at the chart. It's G1, infield in, first and third. Wait, G1. Batter, so runner advances to second, but it'll be a 4-3. I guess there's no because it's a tough play. There's no chance at a double play there. But second and third now with 1 out, and it'll be Big Papi. So. Well, the Indians are going to go with who is in the game. They're not going to start chasing this game with pitchers. Here's Ortiz. 4-2 lefty, grounded to first. Again, the infield is in for this. Martinez, that makes him a 4-E18. 4 and 10. It's going to be a single. 2-star, and it's going to score 2 runs. No error. E18, let's check that 10, E18. No error, but it's going to be a single. It's going to score 2, so that's the trouble with playing the infield in. Let me double check. I believe infield in makes you put it add to the range, but I want to be sure. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Maybe the infield in it doesn't change the range. Let's see. Basic strategy chart for readings from the... Okay, it doesn't have like X chances. Blah, 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 blah. $25 and $20.51. Okay, I think I've been playing this incorrectly. So give me a second here. So it was a 10, and I think we keep Martinez's range rating the same, so it's a G3, which is not going to be, it would not lead to a single 2-star. So I think when you're holding a runner, I'd love to be sure about that. But I don't see any 9/11. Let's see, 9/11. I mean, it doesn't say anything about ratings being brought up for that. For holding a runner, it does, but not for infield in. So we're going to make the change here to this. Let's see, second and third grounded to first. So it was a G3, no error. Second and third. Decide. So that's where we would need to use Ellsbury's running. Let's take a short break and get this squared away. I could have made it easier on myself just to say, you know what, it's going to count the way it is, but I'd like to get it right. I'd like to make it so that people aren't the American Association. Nice. Okay. What's that? The old, is that the old AAA league? Okay. Heat from my lamp helps to. Okay, so all right, so we've got a decision here for Ellsbury. Does he go? And I think we're going to have him go. So there's going to be a play at the plate. So the G3, second and third, infield in. The runners decide. So the lead runner, which is Ellsbury, so he's got good speed. It's a good guy to attempt this with. Advance base. Computer's safe chances running speed 17. -4. So that makes it 13, excuse me, 13. Plus the defensive rating for Martinez. So actually what you could do is 4 minus 3 is 1. So you subtract 1 to 16. So Martinez is coming home with it. Going to pass up the out. They've got to try and cut this run off at the plate. So be a fielder's choice. 1 to 16. Ellsbury scores. Pedroia makes the third. And Ortiz gets on with the fielder's choice anyway. Here we go. 1 to 16. He is safe at home. And it's a 10. He is safe. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice. RBI for Ortiz this time. And it's going to be 6-1. It was a major league. It was nicknamed the Beer and Whiskey League because the games were cheaper. They played baseball on Sundays and beer and liquor were sold. Oh, so it's an old league. I see. I feel like there was a minor league named the American Association as well, but I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. So now first and third with one out. Youkilis at the plate. One run in. They passed up the out at third or at first to try and get. I mean, why play infield in if you're not going to try to attack Ellsbury at the plate, right? So here is Youkilis. They're going to play corners in. They want to try and they can get out of the inning with a double play if Youkilis grounds into a ground ball A. 3-3. Well, he's going to draw a walk, and that will load the bases. So things just are spiraling downward for the Indians here in the 7th. J.D. Drew. Infield in. 3-7. Ground ball. Oh, no, with a plus. That is a single. And that is going to score 2. Oh, boy. Probably should have played him back, but it's going to score Pedroia and Ortiz, Youkilis to third, and it's now 8-1 Red Sox, and it'll be Mike Lowell at the plate. Rincon's still going to keep going here. 1-19 is going to score another run on a wild pitch, and that's exactly what happens. 9-1. Tribe fan and Larry are not going to be happy about this. Larry Harris. So Veritek. Oh wait, Mike Lowell's still at the plate. What am I doing? But I'm not sure what they're going to what they can expect out of this team. I mean, that's going to be a strikeout. Tough to figure out what the Indians can really. I mean, somehow maybe if we played the simulation on the computer, that's a 4, by the way. 2-6 fly ball to center will get them out of the inning finally, but that's 4 runs. 8-1. Indians probably were a pretty decent team at one, in this season, but I think one of the things that hurt them was selling off players. So, I mean, somehow they still made the playoffs after, because the simulation would have simulated selling off the players that they did. So, Masterson will stay in here for the 8th. Grady Sizemore. Trying to get something going here. 4-10 lefty. That's going to be a fly ball to J.D. Drew, and that's not going to get anything started. As Drubal Cabrera. Lefty 5-2. That's a walk. They still have Travis Hafner on the bench they could bring in. Although this season wasn't so good for him. So Victor Martinez facing Masterson. That's going to be an inning-ending double play. That'll be Lowry to Pedroia to Youkilis. And that will retire the side. So I think the Indians are going to be at the point right here where they're just trying to stay healthy and not burn through their bullpen too much. They're going to use Rich Rundles. Their options aren't so great in the bullpen either. Mostly, I think, because they, like I said, they sold off some players, which is making it kind of tough for them to compete. So, but Rincon went 1 inning. I don't think we can really give him too much more than that. So the bottom of the 8th, 8-1, and it'll be Jed Lowry facing Rich Rundles. 4-7 from the batting from the right. 1-15 single. And that will be a single on a 12, so we aren't going to try stolen bases at this point. Ellsbury, lefty-lefty matchup. 6-8 lefty, that's a walk. Brings up Pedroia. Pedroia has been, well, he's a triple away from the cycle here. 5-2 righty. That's a single left. They're gonna hold up the runners. Lowry's gonna stay at second. It's a bases loaded, nobody out, and it'll be Jason Bay. 2-9 strikes out, so that's 1 out for Rundles. It's going to be Big Poppy. Loves these situations with the bases loaded. They are playing with the infield at double play depth. They'll take 2 at this point. Lefty 5-5, and he's going to lose him. Tries to nibble the corners and doesn't work out, and everybody moves up a bag of run scores, now 9-1. Rundle's with a chance to get a lefty there and doesn't work out, so now Youkilis, again, infield back, looking for 2. Just wants to get this game over with. 2-4 lefty, and another walk. $10-1. If he doesn't get JD Drew out, so the hate to use their primary Edward Mujica. They're going to use that. They'll bring him in if Rundles can't do anything here with Drew. Potential, well, he doesn't have a wild pitch rating, so that's good. JD Drew, again, the infield back. They're just looking for 2. 5-5 lefty, another walk. 3 walks in a row, and the manager has seen enough. Just trying to get the guy through an inning and eat some batters, and sends him to the bench. Sends him to the showers, in fact, so it'll be Mujica. Rundles gets 1 out here in the 8th. And now it will be Mujica facing Mike Lowell. Beatles with some kind of a ancient reference to World War I or something to that effect. Mike Lowell, again, the infield back, just looking for a double play, and they can't get it. It's a ground ball to pitcher B. Run will score. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah, I think that is. Let's see. Bases loaded, ground ball B4. Batter safe, runner on first, going to second out. Everybody else advances. So that will be 1, 2, 4. Fielder's choice. RBI for Lowell. 11-1. And it'll be Jason Varitek. Batting from the left side this time. 5-9. And this could be a 3-run home run. Another 3-run home run for Varitek. 5-9. 1-10. Otherwise, it'll be a triple. It is a 6. It is gone. Varitek rakes today. Just bashing the ball. And it's going to send the fans home happy from Fenway. They batted around here in the 8th. Let's see how many runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they had 8 to begin with. That's 15-1. And it's going to bring up Jed Lowry again. So nobody on. Jed Lowry. 1-8. Strikes out. And that ends the bottom of the 8th. So they bring 7 in. this is going to be, they aren't going to have to bat in the ninth. I will guarantee that. And they will just leave Masterson in here. So, top of the ninth, Johnny Peralta. Righty 5-10, 1-3 double. That's going to fly ball to center. That'll be out number 1. Kelly Shopik. Righty 4-7, another strikeout. And they will let Chu hit. Could bring in Hafner, but they're just going to let Chu hit here. 2 outs. 4-4 lefty, fly ball to center. This is going to be Ellsbury, 2E0. All we have to do is roll this. The E0 means there's no error that can happen, and he makes the catch. That will be it. So, big victory. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 actually, right? Let me double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11, 12, 13, 16 to 1 is actually the final score. I guess I messed that up before. How many hits here for the Indians? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. So the winner is going to be Lester. Loser will be Cliff Lee. No save. If we had brought in Masterson, if we had brought Masterson in to start 7th and pitched him the 3 innings, he would get a save. But a nice pitching outing there from the Red Sox. They did end up allowing, what, 3 walks? 3 walks and 4 hits. No, 4 walks, 4 hits. So why did I put... That's not good. Make sure I get the Indians out of the Red Sox stack. 16 runs is... Allowing 16 runs will not win you playoff games. I think that's pretty safe to say, but you never know. I guess there could be a 17-16 victory somewhere in the past, but okay, we've been going just under an hour here, so let's close it down. For a 16-1 game, getting it under an hour is actually a pretty decent accomplishment for me, I feel like. So I'm going to wrap things up here, get things loaded in, and I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon. It's a snow day. It's a nice day. We'll just see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So maybe another one of these games. Maybe I'll think about doing some other stuff. So thanks a lot. Well, Beatles, I don't know when you're planning to get to Steel City, but anyway, keep me informed. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great rest of the morning. Is there much left? There's about half an hour left, so maybe we'll be back later with some baseball, maybe something else. So take it easy.